Hi, it's Randy from Beatnik24, and I just got back from Kenya, so I have so much to say, way more than you guys want to hear. But also today, I saw the article about Little Bow Wow saying that he's not black, he's mixed. And that got me to thinking, what's wrong with people? Why do people try so hard not to be considered black or African American? Why is it always, well, my granddaddy on my mama's side and my cousin, they're Native American. What is it all that? It is, to me, the saddest thing I've ever seen. And one thing I think it may go back to is that African Americans, black people, have been taught to think that Africa is a bad place or a place that we should be ashamed of. And I just want to talk about that for a second, because I do think that where you come from, whether you're relating to your continent, country, or family that you come from, does seem to carry a level of weight and affect our self-esteem. So I want to talk about that for a minute and just relieve some of this Africa stuff. I think America has done a really freaking brilliant job of making Africa small in our minds. Just starting out with the simple fact that they call Africa or relate to Africa as a country. So when you go to Europe, of course, we always say, oh, I'm going to France. I'm going to spend the summer in Italy. But when we go to Africa, we say, oh, I'm going to Africa. Instead of saying, I'm going to Kenya, or I'm going to Uganda, or I'm going to South Africa, or I'm going to Morocco, or I'm going to Egypt, because we've been trained to think of Africa as not a continent, but a country. I mean, not a country, but a continent. I mean, Africa is a continent, people. It is not a country. It is a huge continent with, I think, 52 different countries in them. So one thing, realize and be very conscious about the way you speak about it, because we've been trained to think about it as so much less than what it is. What's always been funny to me in having children is even how there's Africa and then there's Egypt. Because Egypt, created so much with the pyramids and mathematics that, it's almost as if they don't want to give Egypt to us, all right? Understand, Egypt is very much a part of Africa, and Egyptians are Africans. So you can be proud of that. Next, I thought about how, Africa is glumped. You think about how huge this place is, right? And it's glumped into this one area that is sweltering hot. I don't know how many people I had asked me, how hot was it? I think the warmest it got was maybe 73 degrees. That would be like asking someone how warm or how cold is the United States. I mean, it varies on where you are. So again, there is this attempt to kind of belittle this amazing, incredible, very diverse, varied continent. Well, like I said, when I was in Kenya, the temperatures range from maybe 70 to 73. At night, it would be about, high 60s, so I needed a wrap. Also, what I hear is the perception that, it is so behind the times. So in Kenya, for instance, I landed in Nairobi and spent several days there. As people say, well, what did it look like? What was it? I would say Sacramento. If you've ever been to Sacramento, any city that you've ever been to with bus lines and tall skies, buildings and pollution and tons of people, and that's what it looks like. It's a city, just like any other city that you've been to, and there are people dressed just like we dress. There's jeans, there's khakis, there's suits. I did not see, heck, I didn't even see anybody in with the dashiki except for my son, and because I bought him one. So it is just like any other city. It's very progressive. There's Uber, okay, guys, Uber. There's Pokemon Go, which was very important to my son. Just everything you could find in any major U.S. city, you can find there. And then yes, we did go to the Masai Mara to see the Great Migration. We went to the type of Africa that people think with wild game, and people keep asking me to describe it. And the only word I can come up with, and I am not a person who's religious, I am spiritual, not religious, was God. I mean, it is, and I've done quite a bit of traveling, the most magical place I've ever seen in my whole life. And I understand now why people have for years taken the best gemstones, the best people, culture from this magnificent place, because it is the closest I have felt to being attached to this world, to this universe, to God than I can imagine. So just to say, really think about and embrace where it is that you came from and be proud of it, guys. We have so much to be proud of. It starts with that. Have a good one.